Hi. Alright, we're going to look at the higher paper 3D coordinates, but bear with me because there's not really any other way I could set this up so that the glare isn't bang in the middle of the diagram, so hopefully it'll work. So it says here, what's the midpoint, so the middle of this blue line? Now, 3D coordinates, so we've got an x-axis, a y-axis as normal, and then we've got a z-axis, which can be represented this way, or sometimes it goes up there, but as long as it shows that it's coming out, it shows some depth. So we've got some coordinates, some markings on the axes, you can see there, it says what's the midpoint of the line segment? Well, it's going from Q all the way to P, so it's going across the bar. So we want the middle of that, so that means what is right in the middle of the cube. So let's have a look. Well, all the way across the cube, if we look at our coordinates, so what we really want is x, y, z. So all the way across, so we're going x first, so across, well all the way is 5, as it says here. So we want half of that, so 2.5. So 2.5. Y, which is represented here on the y-axis, all the way up is 1. So we only want to go halfway, so 0.5. Or a half. And the Z, which is the one that, if you can imagine it just coming out the board, comes out 2, but we want half of it, 1. And that's it. There's your 3D coordinate for the middle of that line. This one, we've got what's the coordinate, the question says we've got a blue line coming across, what's the coordinate of S? So there's S, so you have to think that's like towards us, top right of the box. So let's have a look here and we'll label it. So S, how much are we going across? We're going across, now some people would think we're going across 4, 4.5, maybe 4.4, but we're not. Because of the way the diagram's drawn 3D, really going all the way, okay? So we're going 5 across. So our x coordinate is 5. How far are we going up? Again, it doesn't look like we're going all the way up, but it's the way it's drawn to look 3D. We are going all the way up. 1. So let's put them in. So we've got 5 for x, 1 for y, and then coming out, we're coming out all the way out, if you can imagine that. 2. Because it says on there. So there's our coordinate for S. Second question, what's the coordinate for R? So we're going top left over here, top left. So let's have a look. We're going across X. Across X we're going none, because it's just there. So we're going none across that way. None. 0. Up all the way to Y. So Y is 1 there, as it says. And coming out, well none, because we're just there, we're attached to that line. So we're not coming out anywhere. So 0. And then the next question you can probably predict is what's the middle of that line? Yes it does, the midpoint of the line segment. So that one, the best way to do that is, well let's have a look. We've got 2 coordinates, and I like to think, well what's just in the middle of the coordinates? So if I do it over here. So what's in the middle of 0 and 5? 2.5. What's in the middle of 1 and 1? 1. And what's in the middle of 0 and 2? 1. So that is where the midpoint's going to be. And you can kind of visualise that, because we're going 2.5 across, 1 up and 1 out of the board. So that's the midpoint. And then the harder one is this, which is a Pythagoras style question, but really we just need to know what the coordinates are. Now in this, I'm going to just make some up, alright? Because the point is we just need to know what's going on. So we've got, let's say 0, 0, 0 down there. So if we extend these lines and make them the z, the y, and the x coordinates, alright? So we've got 0 down there. We've got, let's give this one, I don't know, should we go 10? We'll go across there, so 20, and we'll come out 6, alright? And that really should be all we need for now. Because we want to cover this line, the solid blue line, solid blue line. So first of all, we're looking at Pythagoras, right angle triangle, it shows you in the question. So we need to find this dashed blue line first, and it's kind of tricky because you've got to visualise that really there's a triangle there. Triangle, two sides, and the diagonal. So we know the two sides, going 20 across, 20 squared, plus 6 squared, and then square roots it. So it's terrible maths. I should put the answer first. So 400 plus 36, 436, then square root that. And that's the length of this line here, so I can just write that in, 436. I'm going to leave it in a square root form, you'll see why in a minute. So then, we need to find the length of this line, so we'll do that working over here. Well, we know the height is 10, so 10 squared, plus this line squared. Well, there's the square root of it, so to square a square root makes the number, so we'll just put plus 436. So that's going to give us 536. But of course, we need to square root it for the final one. So the square root of 536, that's your final answer of that line. And then you just use your calculator to work it out or leave it as that. But that's the tricky bit. Don't worry about where these numbers came from. I just made them up for the question. But it's just a matter of seeing that you're going to have to use Pythagoras in a 3D concept. But yeah, hope that's helped on 3D coordinates. Any questions or comments? Right down there. Other than that, have a good one.